The tension almost as clear as walking a wire spread out over chaos, thick with their unresolved anger. This year of despair beneath the surface. You can feel it the way Meri Brown SNAPS difficult, the way Kody fidgets, shifts restlessly his chair. Every investigate, every pause, each half feels smiling, sort of a minefield waiting a spark. And the spark, oh, it is coming. You can almost hear it, the collective intake of breath from reality TV audiences everywhere. It just isn't a conversation. This is a showdown, a calculation document, and it asks about being raw. Welcome back, now sister wives. Today, we are deep divers, a confrontation that fans have been waiting for. One it has finally brought Meri Brown's disappointment to surface in a way there's no doubt about it. It's been silenced. Kody, as usual, goes in the scene with his practiced charm. He thinks he can streamline things over. Thought he could calm down the storm with a few carefully chosen words. But Meri not buying it. Not this time. Never again from the very beginning. Meri, this makes it absolutely clear. He is not comfortable here. They are not here to nod politely. Kody attempts at framing the narrative, but his own terms. Out of every word, her mouth lifting weight. Every sentence is filled with years of disappointment and disillusionment. And let's go honest, anyone watching can observe it. The body language alone scream her posture, straight, unrestrained, untouched. Her eyes challenge him by latching onto it, daring him to try to discuss it. His usual manipulations. Kody, of course, it starts the obligatory apology routine. And oh, it is a routine. You can witness the wheels I'm changing his head. Everyone's mental checklist, the things he thinks he has to apologize without actually apologizing. I'm sorry. He trailed off, the words like rolling a mantra, hollow. Training, robotic. Not once he asks the courage assert, I am sorry, with any real ownership. It has a mechanical efficiency. The kind of apology it feels less like regret and more like love, a public relations strategy. And Meri, there is no reverse. He immediately cuts it. She calls the fog of his self-serving narrative, you preserve. Apologizing, Kody, but your actions not changed. She says, her voice firm, resonant, and precise. She doesn't let it slide vague statements or excuses. Every attempt he is preparing to complete. Approximately the past, approx his motives, about how things used to be. She rambles on with unrestrained clarity. There is no room for that Kody's usual charm. There is no room for his ego to flourish. She refuses it all. One most of all telling moments coming when Kody attempts at framing this confrontation step towards closure. As by just being and talking a few calculated apologies, he can dictate how Meri shall feel or act. I want you to identify security, he says. And Meri, as soon as attack, shoots it down instantly. Move, but Kody, it's not about getting ahead. It is about accountability. It is about to do the work you never did. He is exposed to reality. Kody, what is used? You're trying to control the narrative, trying to frame every story so that he comes forward. While the people around him, especially the women he has hurt, is left to navigate the fallout. And let's top this social media reaction, because the fans don't back down. Twitter and Instagram cracking along comments like, finally, someone call him out. And Meri is the only one with a backbone in that family. Minimize off Meri. As the confrontation goes viral, sending viewers into a frenzy. Every pause, every subtle gleam, every instance where she refuses to speak. TikTok users even to create reaction montages to emphasize Kody's awkward attempts, attention versus Meri's unwavering self-confidence. The audience go an effective Meri's side, and honestly, who can blame them? This is the embodiment of self-respect and accountability in a world he has seen little of it. But this is where it gets interesting. Kody, predictably, that's when the spiral begins. His usual tactics unsuccessfully. He tries to manipulate the discussion, to twist it. Insert yourself the moral high ground. As in the room, and by speaking he becomes virtuous by nature. He picks up Meri's friends, the things they have said, social media, his opinion on it, trying to weaponize it, their support against her. And Meri, calm but intense, that immediately bars, you, there is no right to drag it, you're sorry. To me, not quiet, my friends. The power dynamic is immediately reversed. The audience looking Kody for what he really is, defensive, fragile, unable to hold a conversation without trying to dominate. Seeing the conversation progresses, Meri's explanation and composure only accelerates. He shuts Kody's hypocrisy to emphasize the years he has used not only, but in manipulation the narrative. But the people around him you expect to believe me you were changing, she says, but your patterns haven't moved. Your words are empty, your apologies is a show. And genuine. Everyone watching can feel the tension cracks. The entire scene raw emotions have been charged. Reality TV sees rarely this level of intensity. It is confrontational, uncomfortable and annoying. Kody's attempts the controls to recover are almost painful to watch. Every time he tries to explain, justify, redirect, Meri along with the pieces, surgical precision. The talking points they practice, the lines he memorized, everything to charm or divert crumble under her scrutiny. He mentioned past incidents, vague terms, trying to look limited, though Meri does not allow it to derail the conversation. She is on point, extremely exposed to the inconsistencies of his behavior, and the audience looking at all, clear as day. It isn't a man in control. This is a man caught off guard. He is faced with a responsibility he never expected. The critical moment coming when Meri calls clearly Kody's manipulative tactic. You are here to perform the cameras, not confrontational. She says the truth, and it is the naked reality of this interaction. Kody's presence, his practiced excuses, his carefully crafted language, it's all there a performance. Designed for the project innocence and virtue during evasion, real responsibility. But Meri he refused to go the hook. Her insistence on talking. Her truth, holder her boundaries, and refuses to be silenced the scene a masterclass of assertiveness. Even the subtle things the case the pauses, sight, hardly enough perceptible shifts in currency, they all interact the stake. Kody tries to settle in the narrative, while Meri sit back, commanding space and authority. This is a visual power struggle as much as it is verbal one, and the viewers eat it up. Comments across social media is comprehensive of phrases like, "It's no flip, finally, someone is standing in front of him, and Meri untouchable right now." It is what it is when it happens. Years of manipulation convene up unshakable self-respect. And it's not just about the words. They speak years of betrayal, misunderstanding, and frustration. Each example Meri references, every time she refers, his patterns of behavior, as it serves evidence of Kody's inability to change. She won't let that happen. Him redirect. Don't let it be manipulated. Don't let it be silenced. The audience I have been drawn to real, kind the benefit of Kody as a carefully crafted image. Witness the collapse of the control he has tried years. What does this confrontation really fascinating the tension? Every moment feels like it might explode. Yet Meri maintains her composure. She has balance, anger, and clarity, emotions and logic. Do every line echo and the viewers can't look away. They're glued to everyone's second. Watching a dynamic unfold, it's about reclaiming personal power as it is about coping toxic behavior. According to the Times, the conversation when it's peak, the stakes are clear. Kody is on the defensive, Meri is motionless, and the audience is nailed. There is no room for attention, no room for removal, no way to manipulate the story. Confrontation is the cause. Bear the toxic dynamics. It is appreciated their relationship to yours, exposed patterns of control, manipulation, and avoidance, and the brilliance of it. Meri navigating it all with the precision of someone who has studied the tactics, understood the behaviors, and refuses to perform anymore. Seeing this segment winds down, the viewers are left a clear impression. Kody, of course, was failing internally. His attempt for silence Meri. She is tall, powerful, and unflappable. Demonstrates a level K emotional intelligence against and self-respect, which overshadows everything it brings to the table. In social media reaction, it continues with fans celebrating Meri's assertiveness and calls Kody's manipulation. Memes being made, threads lit, and the discussion do not deliberate down anytime soon. This confrontation, it just isn't TV drama. This isn't a lesson within limits, accountability, and the power to refuse to be silenced. Kody perhaps expect charm, control, control. But Meri ready every tactic. Expose the cracks in his facade while maintaining her dignity and control the audience witnesses the ultimate failure of ego-driven manipulation and the triumph of clarity, honesty, and courage. So if you're ready to perceive and feel the tension, feeling the raw emotion, feeling the drama unfold, you are not alone. This is why people retain coming back sister wives. That's why fans play every conversation, every look, every line. Because it asks the real reason the stakes are high. Because the confrontation, it's not just entertainment, it's the truth spoken pronounced, clear and unapologetically. And if you pursue more deep dives such, more reality TV commentary parted with precision and honesty, make sure you hit it like button, subscribe the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss out a moment of the drama, true, and the explosive. Confrontations maintain it us all but the edge of our seat. The room is charged, the air heavy with the weight of unspoken grievances and years of frustration finally break out. Kody, once so confident his ability to administer the narrative, now apparently restless, fixing, stumbling over his words seem. Meri maintains her unyielding gaze. You can almost detect it, the collective gasp of the audience seeing every tactic it is cleared years starts to fail surprisingly. This is what happens when control meets accountability. And Kody, it must be met. Real time, Meri doesn't just converse, he commands the space. Every sentence he gives is a scalpel, decreased through the layers of deflection and manipulation. Kody, it's unbelievable over decades. He tries to apologize for his practices, the tired "I'm sorry" mantra, but she won't accept it. She repeatedly challenges him and exposes him the hollowness of his word. Excuses are meaningless if you don't change, she claims, her tone steady, expeditious, and loaded years of lived experience. Social media erupt immediately. Fans buzzes her sentiment, praise him for refusing to bend Kody's attempts at attention. And it is not just words, that's what they are, the way she saves them, the pauses, steady eye contact, subtle head tilts. They convey dominance, control, and communication unshakable resolve. Kody, in contrast, always on edge, trying to push his authority. But every effort is met with precision and poise from Meri. Now it's not a conversation. It is a masterclass in emotional accountability versus ego-driven manipulation. Viewers riveted every movement, every bend, every pause. He tries the old tactic, accusing, pointing Meri as friends, pointing it out their comments and opinions is part of the problem. But Meri do it immediately. Cut. It's not about them, Kody. This about you and your actions, she says, her voice calls along clarity and authority. And just as seen that, the power dynamic flips complete. Kody, used to dictate the narrative and feels powerless and silences those around him. Social media reactions blast, with clips of Meri's lines to circulate widely to secure thousands. Like, share, and comment. Fans call it the voice of reason and just one with a backbone in that family, confirming what we all realize: Meri refuses to be silenced, and Kody can't handle it. The confrontation as it grows, Kody begins to undertake to justify his past behaviors, claim it his motives during the misunderstanding. He did what he thought best. But Meri's responses, they are relentless. She doesn't allow excuses. Your intentions, not simply the impact of your actions. They point out the hypocrisy in every word he speaks and value the dialogue to be continued. It becomes clear viewers Kody's attempts, benevolent and sincere, are separated to appear. His ego, once you're motionless, there's clearly a fight going on the edges. Every time Kody offered a defense, my fitness took a back seat, she shouts. Years of manipulation, the way he has tried to control not only her but everyone around him. You've used years trying to shape the story to manage ourselves while others suffer in silence, she says. A line it resonates deeply with viewers who have watched the series unfold over time. Fans but Twitter and Instagram comprehensive of reactions, gifs of her scold him, clips of her piercing stares, prefer comments. Finally, some hold him accountable. And Meri going to stop. The online conversation mirrored the tension on the screen. Meri wins, and Kody burning. Then comes the critical turning point. Kody tries to regain control by appealing to nostalgia, past moments, importance that Meri should be appreciated, the history they share, but she manages it easily. History no apology or patterns, she says. Her voice expeditious and unwavering, and that's at the moment where the audience, the collective, bends at every break, every subtle smirk. From each calculation, Meri intensity, the drama. Social media posts are highlighted immediately her dominance, with thousands appreciate comments her assertiveness and calls Kody's arrogance. The tension like spikes, Kody trying to apologize. Specific incidents still attain the hang of it. The essence of accountability. His apology is mechanical, devoid of it real ownership, and Meri don't let him acquire away with it. Saying sorry is not enough. He announced the veneer of politeness and forces him to fight the reality. Actions speak louder than words. The audience feels the weight of her statements, a collective frustration and anger simmering years, distilled in all focused, unflinching sentence. Every social media reaction, every meme, every clip reflects the truth we observe. Kody not ready for a woman who refuses to be silent. Fans comment TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram sharing reaction videos, appreciation Meri's ability maintain her boundaries while composing. They highlight the moments where she refuses to attain involved petty arguments, focus instead on the exposed and systemic issues of his behavior. It is one lesson I emotional intelligence, claim, and accountability, lessons he millions looking. In real time, Kody's frustration, which is almost clear the confrontation when it's peak, it is met with charm and lack of effort. Meri's unwavering focus. He tries to explain patterns of redirection, justification, toxic behavior, but it ends each point with surgical precision. Viewers can encounter the change in energy almost immediately. Dominant Kody struggling now to maintain control, while Meri orders the room with confidence and clarity. It's raw as stress, etc. as unforgettable. The conversation highlights to Meri's emotional intelligence. She remains composed, even when speaking deeply personal grievances. She shouts the inconsistencies in Kody's behavior, highlighting how his actions over the years has created stress, mistrust, and emotional harm. You like it your intentions more than that your actions, she says, cutting straight the core of the issue. Fans but social media respond with praise, praising her courage and honesty. Every sentence she strengthens the reality he Kody as control tactics doesn't work now and probably never will again. Seeing the confrontation continues, Kody's attempts manipulation, charm and misogyny begin to fall away completely. He refers past interactions, blame tries, and even tries guilt her. But Meri is unwavering. She shouts every tactic, refuses to control it. The narrative. The audience is hooked, glued every word, every interrupt, every subtle gesture. Social media reactions flood of clips. Meri as the harshest lines go viral. The comments are appreciated her assertiveness and hashtag trends that celebrate her refusal to be moderate. Finally, this confrontation that's more than fair, a dramatic TV moment. This is a masterclass in keeping boundaries, refusing to be silenced, and coping manipulative behavior on the head. Kody's failure to control the narrative, for silence Meri, and to demonstrate real accountability is a stark contrast to her composure, explanation, and courage. Fans keep spreading every word, every look, every interaction. What should be verified? The footage prepare, Meri Brown is motionless, and Kody's attempts has failed spectacularly at dominating and manipulating. This scene has cemented itself in the history of reality TV history, a distinct example of what happens when manipulative tactics meet up genuine accountability. It is confrontational, raw and emotional. The audience in the web of tension, and fascination. Every social media increases the reaction, the impact. To emphasize the cultural resonance of this confrontation, Meri's assertiveness against and refusal like being quiet, a beacon to fans who have criticized for extended time Kody's behavior. And appreciate viewers, we are left to evaluate about this the lessons built in this confrontation, the importance of accountability, the power of boundaries, and the impact of refuse to let manipulation dictate our reality. In Meri Brown's performance, this confrontation is a masterclass in emotional intelligence, flexibility, and courage. Kody's fault, however, is a cautionary tale across the limits of charm, control, and manipulation. So if you aspire to testify more confrontations broke, more reality TV moments separated from explanation, feelings, and critical insight, make sure you value this video, subscribe the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out a moment of drama, truth, and explosive confrontations preserve us all but the edge of our seats.